Hi guys, the former Vice President of World Bank, Mrs. Oby Ezekwesili, has come out to say that she can never cast her vote to Tinubu nor Atiku. The only person she will cast her vote is Mr. Peter Obi, because Peter Obi is the only man that have integrity, competency, capability and all the goodies. Peter Obi is the only person that will bring this country back to life. That is from consumption to production.
Let me ask you 3 quick questions. You've fundamentally answered my questions about the CBN policy and the issues of the narrow redesign policy. Do you see a messiah on the ballot going into Saturday?
Why would you even use the word messiah in a democracy?
Well,
democracies are not supposed to deliver messiahs.
For the want of a better word,
right.
The feeling of the average citizen today is one that they're looking for someone that will take their pains away.
So
it does not exist, yes, but maybe an adjective that is closest to it. Who do you see on this ballot that could give some succor or that could fix the problem of Nigeria, or the person that has a solution?
Well, I've said it and I'll repeat it again. It's Peter Obi. I mean, there's no way I can cast a vote for an Atiku or a Tinubu. They don't check the box.
Kwankwaso is there.
No. I wouldn't.
Dumadi is there.
So listen to me. I have made a decision that I have a framework of leadership. I call them the 3 C's: character, competence, and capacity. I've been talking about this for decades. So when I use it and I do a weighting of the scores of each of the candidates around these 3 attributes that make up my framework of leadership, character, competence, and capacity, the person who comes out with a score higher than that of the others, because you're not compromising character for competence, or compromising competence for character, or compromising
what about
capacity.
track record?
So
of
it's part of that all of that is contained in character, competence, and capacity. When you sort of uncouple all of these and you look at the things that are inside of it, then you find that there's no way I'm going to vote for anyone other than Peter Obi in this election. And I do believe that citizens who care for themselves, citizens who want a break with what we've seen in these decades and decades of failure, should at least vote for a candidate that they can relate to, a candidate that would listen to what it is that they care about. Because for the first time, the citizens of Nigeria are engaged. They're going to hold Mr. Peter Obi to account for governance, because he would be a product of citizens' desire to break away from the old. You have, because of criminals that the government knows the criminals. It knows them. They are part of them. It knows them. If it wanted to, in a transparent manner, get them, it would get them. But what it has done is it has basically discomfited the citizens, the poor women in the market, the people just barely eking out a living, are now struggling because of the criminality of our politics. So, by mixing all of it up, you've created this chaos. What is clear is that the politicians have again put their interest above that of the citizens. We have 5 days to the election. The part of this that worries the Nigerian today that I followed is they love the idea that politicians should not be able to have access to the kind of wealth, illicit wealth, that they use normally to buy up our democracy. It's democracy for sale, normally, for these people. So there's that part of the desire of citizens to see that does not happen. However, in that desire, poor execution of monetary policy has taken the economy. Our productivity is going to get a big dent for this. So what to do in this situation. you have to take the least bad option. Is the least bad option that you're faced with now.
Which would be?
It would have to be that we say to citizens, hold on.
Be patient.
Just for the next 5 days. But everyone who created this theater of the absurd has to pay for it. They must pay. We must build a society of consequences. The fact that people carry on things that destroy the common good and they get away with it should not continue in perpetuity. So, for the benefit of us getting through to this election, all that I'm looking for now is that nothing must make INEC sort of say, we're handicapped again, like what happened in 2011 elections. Some places were already voting when the elections were postponed. And then 2015, same story.
Logistic problem.
2019, same story. How is it that a country like Nigeria cannot conduct elections without stories? Even Guinea-Bissau can conduct elections. So if we're failing in that regard, it means that something fundamentally is wrong with the way that we operate all the many parts that have to be.
We're totally out of time. I would have loved to get, even if it's 20 seconds of your response on what you said about Mr. Atiku Abubakar when you were in the cabinet on the issue of the economic management team.
No, he wasn't head of the economic management team. And there's nothing to discuss on this one. He wasn't a head of the economic management team. I don't know why that that passing off and that trying to take accolades for what he did not do had to be an issue. He constitutionally, vice president normally coordinates this matter of the relationship between the federal government and states. It's called the National Economic Council. It is that meeting that governors come to once a month in Abuja, just to make sure that they discuss the issues of what's going on in the economy. But the technical work of really designing economic reforms, no, not Mr. Atiku. Relationship between the federal government and states. It's called the National Economic Council. It is that meeting that governors come to once a month in Abuja, just to make sure that they discuss the issues of what's going on in the economy. But the technical work of really designing economic reforms, no, not Mr. Atiku.